I work on the Google for Media team, and my day-to-day is traveling all around the world training journalists. So I spend a lot of time on an airplane. I spend a lot of time in newsrooms doing individual trainings. I also spend a lot of time doing plannings for conventions and conferences and events like the Google for Media Summit series that we do. So it's a little bit of a mix of everything, but it's a lot of logistics. It's a lot of Tetrising things together. But most of it's revolving around education and outreach. I think I'm most excited and passionate about education. That's been the driving force for just about everything that I've done, even before I started working at Google. And I think one of the things that I'm most interested and passionate about is the fact that with Google, I have that much more reach. I can really go out into the field and I can help journalists learn tools so that they can do their job better. I'm also a storyteller at heart, so journalism is something that I've always been very interested in. I actually spent about a decade as a documentary filmmaker before I worked for Google. But with Google, I feel like I have even more reach and I can do even more good by arming journalists with the tools that they need to do their job. So the skills and tools that I couldn't do without in my work, I think would definitely be knowing how to book travel efficiently. That's a huge part of my job. But beyond that, I think being a good communicator and being a good listener. The majority of the time I'm in newsrooms and I'm talking with journalists about the day-to-day struggles that they have using digital technology. And journalism is going through a massive shift right now. So a lot of journalists are worried about their jobs, they're worried about staying relevant and staying current. So being a really good listener and being able to understand exactly what the needs of a journalist are, and then adapting the course material that I'm going to present to them based on those needs is really critical. Also, being a very good searcher. Understanding Google's tools very well is critical. At this point, I think there's about 17 or 18 different tools that I'm nearly an expert at, which is a very rare experience. But I think also, having a perspective of the world of journalism is really imperative too. I can't go into a newsroom and expect that I know everything. And I can't go into a newsroom expecting that their newsroom is like any other newsroom. So having a flexibility and an openness to new ideas and to new possibilities, I think is really important. And just an openness and accepting and just having an openness and an ability to understand people's needs and being willing to help them are the core skills I think that keep me moving. I think that the project that I'm most excited about right now is our Google for Media summits. And we've put together a series of summits around the United States and thinking soon about doing them internationally that brings thought leaderships, panel discussions and keynote discussions about the shifts and changes in digital journalism during the first half of the day. And the second half of the day is all workshops. So it's hands-on instruction about specific tools that we're working on. That tied with our website, google.com/mediatools, and just the day-to-day work that I do going into newsrooms and doing trainings is what keeps me really excited about my job every single day. I think why it's important to learn better search skills is that, an average journalist or even just an average person out there, they think they understand search. They use it all the time. It's pretty ubiquitous. When in fact, there's a lot deeper that you can go with search to get better results faster. And I think that's really the name of the game as a journalist. Very few journalists have free time just hanging around to be able to spend doing searches. So if I can help cut down the amount of time that's being spent just searching for basic things online, that means that they can go on about their day and get to the work that's more important to them faster. I think beyond just search, though, there's a wide range of other tools that Google has that are available for storytelling. And I think that awareness is key. If you are aware that there's additional tools that are available, then you have the agency to be able to take advantage of those and really do compelling stories with them. My advice for journalists or even students who are interested in starting to learn about search and other Google products, I would say first and foremost, go to our website, google.com/mediatools. Check out the different tools that are available there. Get used to them, play around with them, just get your hands dirty. Also start with a project. I think a lot of times having a project to work on will help frame the tools that you need to learn and makes it a little bit easier to get into that process. But you should never be afraid to get started with these tools, and you should never be afraid to get started with a project that you maybe don't have the skills for yet, because like I mentioned before, there's information out there. It's just a search away in order to be able to find the answers that you need. And I think that that's one of the most compelling things about journalism today, is that those answers are there. And it's there for a student, it's there for a professional that's been in the industry for 35 years, it's for everybody.